right. Hello, everybody. We are here on another Thursday night. And of course, we're here for you. I'm Aubree Lewis, and we are here in Greenville, South Carolina. Technically, I'm in Traveler's Rest, but Greenville is why you are here. We are answering your questions, going over what's happening in Greenville and just overall your resource for the area. So tonight we are going to be talking about hotels, tourism. We're going to talk about the hospital system and what they are doing, along with some of the other planned developments for the upstate. So I'm excited about it. But as we start off pretty much every show, do me a favor, go into the comments and let me know where you are watching from. I think it's always pretty neat to see, okay, if you are local or if you are from out of town. You never know where somebody might be watching from. So put it down in the comments because that's kind of fun. I've already heard from a few of our friends up in the northern part of our country. There's been a lot of snow this week. And I was talking to my best friend, and she lives in Southern Illinois, and she got 6 inches of snow. My in-laws live in Pennsylvania. They got 8 inches of snow. I keep getting pictures, and honestly, I'm jealous. I love the snow. So especially if you are somewhere that has snow, I would love to know, just because let me live vicariously through you. Because here in Greenville, we get snow like once or twice a year, maybe. And it's been a long time since Greenville has had a good snow. So anyways, just got back from visiting family in Colorado, and we got to see some right before we left. So I see over here in the comments that, let's see here, here we go, watching from, oh, hey, look, just moved from South Florida. And here in Greenville, Cannon City, there you go. Do you have snow? We have the Walshes. Hello. Is it already time to say Merry Christmas? Oh my goodness. Well, Merry Christmas. No snow yet in New Jersey. That is good to know. Yeah, no, it's just one of those getting started here in December. I feel like Christmas time, you're supposed to have snow. My sister's actually headed to Australia right now, and it's a really interesting thing because she's married to an Aussie, and they go to the beach. Seasons are reversed there, so it's pretty interesting. Yeah. So as you're joining us, do me a favor, go into the comments, let us know where you are watching from, and then I know December is just one of those months that is crazy busy. I know that we are crazy busy. We have Christmas parties, networking events, kids, Christmas shows, everything has happened. So we've had a pretty crazy couple of weeks. But if you have any special plans coming up in the next couple of weeks that you're excited about, I'd love to know about it. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. I had wrong one. Here we go. So we had this show up, just a recap of Greenville's Design Review Board, or the DRB, not to be confused with the builder DRB, Dan Ryan Builders. But this is something where I think it's always neat to see what's happening. Now, this one was from back over the summertime. There's been some very recent ones up here in November. But this one I thought was interesting. Here we go. So they are looking at revitalizing, redoing some of the exterior buildings on Main Street. I think this is really interesting. Also, if you come to Greenville, you'll notice that there are historical areas and places where houses like this one they show up. And it's like, well, what do you do with them? Now, originally they wanted to tear this house down, but what the design review board actually recommended was finding another use for the house. I appreciate that. I'm not a big fan of necessarily getting rid of everything that really brings charm to Greenville, as long as it's kept up. Whenever stuff like this gets in disrepair, then it's a problem. And I saw several projects pop up with houses specifically that I thought, you know what, the insides were decrepit, falling apart, everything. And this is good to know. Now, there's been a couple different renovations downtown Greenville off of Main Street that I think have been a long time coming. There's building facades that have been, what's the set? I think it's the City Tavern downtown where you're headed across Main Street. Used to be this blue-green front building. Michael might know what I'm talking about. They just finished the renovation to the exterior of that building. If you're local, you know what I'm talking about. If you've been here for a while, if not, then you just see a really cool, nice building. Stuff like that, I appreciate. So let's keep going here. What else do we have? So another development, something that has really been a long time coming, has been the Conisty Mill redevelopment. Now, if you're familiar with the area, you know that we have Conisty Park. It's a nature preserve, and it's definitely one of those that, okay, this is in the southernmost part of city limits, if I am understanding the maps that I've pulled up. So the plans for this almost 9-acre site is renovating the historic mill into about 50 multifamily units. Now, if you're around here and you are, I don't know, curious, or even in your own research, Greenville used to be a textile town. All of that was the industry here. So we have these mills scattered all across the upstate. Some of them are smaller, some of them are larger, some of them have multiple buildings and a campus, kind of like what you see here. And the plan for this is to revitalize it, create condos, apartments. They go back and forth between there. And they're doing that across 4 different residential units. And I always enjoy seeing this whenever we can sell the condos as residential real estate. That's a lot of fun. And for example, there's also one of the largest projects, I think, of the mills that was just completed was the Judson Mill project. They put businesses into these places, residences, grocery stores. I think there's even a spa at the Judson Mill. So seeing this happen over at Conisty is really, really good. It's not only going to be good for reusing buildings that are already there, but it creates jobs, it creates things to do, places for people to live. I'm here for it. So let's see here. Developers want to parcel. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to annex more of this into the city limits. It does have to go before a historic review board. And that's something that is pretty specific to Greenville. Just know that we've been here a while, and it's a good thing. Now, that meeting was on November 15th, and I've gone through the minutes. There's really no update there as to how it went. And I think it's really good to note that they haven't been able to do this development prior to this because there is a dam at Conisty Park that needed to be stabilized. So that's fixed. doing its job, doing what it's supposed to. So now they can actually use the area. So they are wanting to revitalize the Mill Village area. And I think this is important, especially as the area is considering continuing to grow. And this area kind of butts up a little bit, like you've got Greenville and Malden, and this is where Greenville and Malden kind of mush together. All right, next, I know that you guys were wondering about this. You know what? Greenville just needs more hotels. So here's the deal. This hotel is a different one from what I've been talking about in the past. I feel like every week or every other week, I talk about a brand new hotel that is going to be put in downtown Greenville. This one is a 7-story hotel. There's its rendering right there. And they are proposing to put this hotel at the corner of McBee and South Main. And if you've been, when you visit, whenever you're here, we have as downtowns go, we have a relatively small downtown compared to places like Charlotte and Atlanta, Charleston, etc. So I see this, I'm like, wow, we're putting another hotel. I hope there's a parking garage that comes with it. So 7-story hotel. It's a very busy intersection, 149 rooms, meeting rooms, restaurant on the ground level. These things, it's cool. It's going to be part of the Tapestry collection by Hilton. So definitely a good brand hotel. And I don't know. I'll have to do more research on this. But whenever you're coming into town, I always get questions. Where should we stay? Here's my thought on this. If you are coming into downtown for a visit or a research trip, golly, stay downtown. Once you live here, downtown isn't really a thing because you live here. It's a special thing. So find a fun hotel to stay where you can just go walk down Main Street and then go back to your room. There's so many beautiful places to stay that are right along Main Street or close to Falls Park. And that's what I would recommend. I haven't heard any crazy reviews or anything like that about the hotels downtown. A lot of our people come in and stay at Airbnbs if you're going to be here for a longer period of time. So on that note, if you know that you are looking at Greenville as your next place to come visit, to you're going, hey, Aubree, maybe we're going to come relocate there in a year or two, or maybe you're here local and you just want more information about the town. I know some of you who watch are brand new here. We have a relocation packet that I would love to send you. All you have to do is scan the QR code that's up here on the screen and say, hey, I would like to have the relocation package. And then our team will send it to you for free. Have you seen that movie? What is it? Bedtime Stories, where Adam Sandler says for free. So, but the relocation package has everything in it. It has magazines. It has different types of just worksheets that our team has put together for you. That way, it's something that helps. And one of the things too, I can even email you a digital copy if you don't want me to mail you something. So all I need though is your email address. So again, go to the QR code, put in, hey, I'd like the virtual relocation package and the physical relocation package mailed to me. We'd love to send it to you for free. It's a great resource, and it's something that I know that many, many of you have enjoyed. So I just got the numbers back, and I think we've sent out 146 relocation packages this year, just to people who are interested with the area. So if you care about that. All right. So hotels, that's how I got off on that tangent. Let's go ahead and keep going here. All right. So one of the bigger topics that I came across this time around was that Greenville's tourism has really grown, record-breaking by this article by Daniel Johnson with the with GVL Today. Now, you're going to see this, and I thought this was interesting. We see this all the time where it says Greenville is full. If you follow any social groups, you know this is something that locals like to say quite often, or people who have moved here and have discovered how great it is. And they say this kind of tongue in cheek because they know that Greenville's awesome. I know Greenville's awesome. And because you are here and you're watching this, you know Greenville's awesome. So anyways, the impact that tourism has here in the upstate is huge. And honestly, I hope it continues to grow. Not necessarily with people moving here, but people who are just visiting the area. So this article says that it has a $2.5 billion economic impact just over the course of the last year. And that's people staying in hotels, it's spending money at restaurants and businesses, the transportation, there's so much good entertainment that is growing and coming more and more into Greenville and the upstate. So this is something I'm very excited to see. It's generated $201 million in tax revenue, and I'm going to kind of jump here, but it says it saves Greenville households $931 per year in taxes. Like locals, here you go. Anything that helps save me money. If you want to come visit the place that I love to come call home and it saves on my tax dollars, I'm okay with that. Very, very good. Let's see here. Supports 1 in 25 jobs. So $655 million in personal income. So what this tourism is doing, and just overall what I caught from this article, is that tourism affects our town, our cities, a lot for locals. And I know that we've had some viewers of the channel who are like, we've had some comments show up on some videos recently about jobs. And I think, if anything, this article pretty much backs that tourism and some of the growth that Greenville has seen is producing more jobs, and there's industry still coming to Greenville. I think that's cool. Or the Spartanburg area, that Greenville-Spartanburg corridor, seeing that is really, really encouraging. All right. So some of the other development that is coming here to the area, again, I think is really cool. This is actually really close to my office. So a local developer wants to bring Bogey's Golf Garden to Greenville. And when I saw the title of this, I was like, what's a golf garden? Like, are we talking a Top Golf thing? What is it? And this is, again, written by our friend Daniel Johnson. So this is right down the street from, I could walk here, actually, from my office. They are wanting to put in this space a beer garden, a putt area. And what this developer is really going on about is that there is one of the things that Greenville, he thinks we need to work more on, is having more family-friendly entertainment. So having the putt here, the turf right here, which there's a turf area at Gather Greenville, kind of that food court type feel, but it just gives a place to hang out and something to do. Now, I talk about this a lot, where here in Greenville, or we'll just say the upstate. How about we just say Greenville, South Carolina, Spartanburg, South Carolina, this area, it's pretty easy to do life outside. And so having things like this where I can take my young children, so they're elementary school age. So I can take them downtown, have something to do, but at the same time, mom and dad are having fun too. I think that's awesome. There's a couple different places around Greenville like this. But this is proposed, and they are looking to start the development. Let's see here. Do they have a date? They don't have a date. I think this was also noted in minutes. They are looking to hopefully tee this up to be built in 2027. Now, I will say this, and this is maybe a little bit of a tangent because of what I experienced today in Greenville, because we're going to talk about some real estate here in a second. Sat in a closing today for what should have been a 20-minute closing, ended up being an hour and 45-minute closing, all because Greenville County and their review process of actually saying, hey, this is good to go. This permit is great. This inspection is fine. Greenville's pretty slow at stuff whenever you want to get stuff done. And compared to surrounding cities, it does take a minute. Things don't move as quickly for downtown Greenville. And I think that surprises a lot of people. There's also a lot of politics involved whenever they're talking about Greenville. So as we're talking about these developments and things that are coming soon, they've been in process and in the works, sometimes for years, just to get to the point where they get to go in front of the design review boards, in front of the zoning commission, everything. Could it get better? Maybe. I don't know. That's my 2 cents. All right, let's keep on here. I saw this. This is fun for my people that are looking for a job here in the upstate. This also highlights a growing area. So Bon Secours, so the upstate's, one of the upstate's hospital systems, is looking to build out another hospital, another medical campus in Greenville County, specifically in Powdersville. Now, I know you guys that are newer to the area, maybe you're not sure where everything is. So, of course, I love to pull up none other than the map. So, where is Powdersville? Why don't I see a Powdersville address on things? That's because it's really, really tiny. And it's right over here. Right here is Powdersville. Yes, John, map time. I love pulling up the map. Anyways, this is where Bon Secours is looking to build their new medical center. They are committed to growing and helping the area. And for those, I've talked to a bunch of different people that are looking for good medical centers, good hospitals, places that they can receive care. And this is definitely an area that I will say has lacked in the past. So Prisma is the other big health system here in the area. Bon Secours is the second. And then if you go south, you start running into ANMED, which is the Anderson Medical Center. And then of course, there's also Spartanburg Regional. There's hospitals here. You're going to find that you have healthcare. Okay. So, but this right here, let's hop back over here. So there's the rendering. I think it's beautiful. So what they're saying is it's going to be a 40,000 square foot medical facility. And in this specific region, it has been growing. I will say this as well, according to my clients and places on the internet, I keep hearing it's also really good school districts. Now, I know you're probably saying, Aubree, I don't have kids. I don't care about school districts. Well, you should. And here's why. Good school districts usually attract really good families. They attract people that are responsible, and because people with kids want to take care of their kids and want to have a great community. So you're looking at the Powdersville, I think, is rated one of the top school systems here in the area, according to greatschools.org. And having this come to the area just again shows that we're growing. So definitely it's more than just the building, etc., but it's showing that the community is ready for more localized business. They are expected to open up in early 2027, and it's going to have a variety of primary and specialty care services. So we're looking urology, orthopedics, cardiology, primary care, and more. It'll also feature radiology and lab services. So again, I know that the other thing that this does is it creates jobs, which I think is really good. So this is something that I'm very interested to see how it helps the area. Now, there's also another soon-to-be open area in Bon Secours Medical Center in the Five Forks area. Five Forks is also one of those great areas that doesn't actually show up as an address. It's just an area, but it shows up on the map. And it's Five Forks because you have 5 different roads that literally converge in this area. So again, when we see this, it just is really encouraging to me. And so I have people that are landing out here in like the Reedville area. They're landing down further down here into Simpsonville. All of this area, you're going to have a Greenville or a Simpsonville address. And if you end up out here in Reedville, which is also growing, and just talking quickly that there is another medical campus here that is going in, that's only about a 15-minute drive. So it's really not that bad. All right. Last but not least, let's talk about this. And then I have some more information that I want to jump into really fast. So saw this pop up, and I think this just goes to really the heart of a lot of different people here in the upstate. Now, when you look at Greenville is a arts and foodie town. Arts being you're going to get the different, not just like the 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional arts. You're going to get the theater arts, the music arts, everything. But here we are looking at Village of West Greenville is looking at a first of its kind concept here, and it's a restaurant incubator. So here's what this building is going to look like. And what it's aimed at is that they are wanting to have up and coming chefs, different, people. Starting a restaurant is incredibly hard. I have friends of mine that have started restaurants here in Greenville. They have gone through many different iterations, from catering to food halls to having a restaurant within a larger business to eventually looking forward to having their own standalone restaurant. And this is something that I am super interested to see how it goes, because a lot of my friends and our community need a place where they can have a stronger foundation. And Greenville is based around having really good local food. We don't have as many, we have the big box restaurants. Okay. You're going to find them everywhere. However, here in the Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson area, the upstate, food is just, when it comes to local restaurants, you have groups of restaurants that are locally owned. You have individual restaurants that are locally owned. You have caterers, you have, everything. So I think having this what we're calling is an incubator. It's made to help develop skills and to really give these entrepreneurs a stronger foundation when it comes to going and building their restaurant. Now, when this opens, there is going to be a rotation of the menu. It gives chefs the ability to go and actually try things out before they actually have to go try it out on their own in the world with a restaurant, etc., where it's a lot harder. So this is really neat. I'm excited to see. It'll be called Hone, Hone, and give them a leg up, a trial basis, etc., for seeing how it goes. I love how this article even gives homage to Michelin. So maybe Greenville's next Michelin star spot will start with a purple building. And I think that is just so cool. It's neat to see. And it just goes to show that Greenville, again, kind of our thing all night, is investing back local. And I think that's really something that's special. I know that Greenville's growing, and we've got a bunch of people locals mainly, that aren't so happy about that. But there's space and there's a lot of really cool things happening here. So on that note, let's kind of look at some numbers here. So we are almost all the way through 2025, and we've seen a lot of interesting things. I will say that this year, when it's come to real estate, has been harder, slower, but still in growth mode. So we're going to flip over here to the numbers. Here we go. All right, because I always like looking at these. So these are the numbers as of November 10th. We haven't really taken a deep dive on them since, I think, right around then, before then. So here's what I want you to see. Actives year over year, November 10th, 2024. We are up 32%. We see, oh, yes, number time. So we've seen more inventory. It's everywhere. I was actually listening to a friend tonight that this time of year, we see a lot of people that have had their houses on the market and they're withdrawing their house from the market. And that's always hard because it kind of goes to like, do you want to sell your house? Do you not want to sell your house? How serious were you, etc. But this really tells a big story of we went from almost 5,000, so 4,900, to over 6,500 houses on the market. That, of course, is going to make volume go up. Here's the other thing. We are still seeing an appreciation of value, even in a slow market. 2.6% increase in price, 2.7% in the median price. Days on market, though, we're watching that. So we're going to watch everything. So we're going to watch the sold number down here, but then I'm also watching an average days on market here of these actives. And what we're seeing here is we are creeping more and more towards 3 months worth of inventory. Now, 6 months worth of inventory is what we would call a average, like a balanced market. Okay. It's not a buyer's market. It's not a seller's market. Believe it or not, a 3 months inventory worth of homes here in the upstate is a pretty strong seller's market still. And even though houses are sitting on the market for 6 months plus, I'm seeing it. It's okay. Everybody needs to take a deep breath. But what we're seeing, so we're seeing median prices on the rise. They're not depreciating. We are seeing price adjustments still. Let's see here. We are seeing overall, we are seeing less pendings. So that's something to watch. Sold year over year, January through October. I want you to look at this. We are actually up 9%. That means that we are selling more homes. This time last year it was just over 1,300. Now we're 14.5. That's a ton of houses. And with the actives, what I'm seeing as since we sell about 1,000 homes a month here in the upstate that are recorded. This is new construction. This is resales. For sale by owners, this is what we're looking at. We're still going to see, look at this. So last year we saw almost 16,000 homes, a 7.6% increase with a uptick in days on market. I'm really interested to see what the days on market is going to be for 2025 when they average out the entire year. I have a feeling that it's going to be upwards of 60 days on market. We're seeing a lot of homes sitting on the market for quite some time. Let's go over here to the comments really fast. Merry Christmas, Eric. If I don't see you before. Oh, here you go. John coming in with a question. Are the new development builds more HOA or no HOAs? Oh my goodness. So if it is a new community, like if it's a big box builder, everybody has an HOA. However, if you are building, for example, we have a house under contract that's right outside of city limits, but only about 8 minutes from downtown. And the builder went and he bought all the houses on this one little street. There's not going to be an HOA, and because there's not really a neighborhood, even though all the houses look the same. It's their neighborhood, but there's no HOA. It kind of, there's both different things to look at for sure. If you don't want an HOA though, can help you. We'll figure it out. I also don't believe that all HOAs are created the same. And then also interested in, because some HOA neighborhoods, they don't care. It's not really an HOA. It's an HOA in name only because they pay the light bill and they take care of the detention pond in the community. Some of them don't even do that. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting how HOAs work here in South Carolina, or just here in the upstate in general, because you also can get some very steep, very what's the word I'm looking for? Some very steep HOAs, some very controlling HOAs, but those are fewer and far between from the ones that are just normal. I think the average HOA here in the upstate is only about $600 a year, give or take a couple dollars. And those communities usually have sidewalks, pools, good green areas, pickleball courts, tennis ball courts, everything like that, tennis courts. So, and yes, John, it could totally be some sort of a video or in a video. I agree. We've talked about it. All right. So just looking at this and finishing out, looking at how housing is going here in the upstate. If you have any questions and you're like, hey, this was good, you know, but I didn't answer your question, I want you to send it in, scan the QR code that's up here at the top, and I would love to answer your question. Overall, you should know Greenville's a really healthy place to live. There's a lot going on here. There's many, many people who care deeply that the area is well maintained, has things to do, has kind people, and of course, no area is perfect. So just keep that. So anyways, all of those things to say, do me a favor, y'all. If this was helpful for you and you are interested in knowing more, again, we have the free relocation packet that we will mail to you. We also have a free relocation guide that I can email to you. Just scan the QR code that's up here, or you can go to the AubreeLewisGroup.com YouTube, and that will take you to a great form where you can ask for these things. It helps. It's something that I know in research. That's what we're doing. So whether you are from out of town looking to move here, or you're local and you just want to learn more about the area and keep up to date on what's going on, that is what we do. So anyways, reach out to us. We would love to help you buy a home, sell a home, maybe do some investing here in the area. And that's what we love. So anyways, it's been fun. I will catch you next week, same time, same place, Thursday night, 8 o'clock. And see ya. Bye.